Hey kiddos, Tanglewood Sue here, and today we are looking for some good wood. No, this is not a porn channel. Nope, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place unless you're here to paint furniture. Then you are in the right place. Because there's really only a couple ways that you can totally screw up furniture painting. And one of them is choosing the wrong piece of furniture to paint. I know, you're like, Sue, it's on the side of the road. It's free. How can I go wrong? Is that how you pick up a dude on the side of the road? Because he's free? Bring him home and fix him up? How'd that work for you? Actually, that worked pretty well for me. I actually did that. Well, it was a bar, not the side of the road. But I did take him home. And I married him, started a family, got all domesticized. I'll tell you that story in a second. But here's what I want to say. When you're choosing furniture, I want to make sure that you're choosing furniture that is worth your time, that is worth the energy that you're going to put into finding it, hauling it, paying for it, scraping it, priming it, painting it, sealing it, photographing it, listing it, and hopefully even selling it. Sometimes finding the fake isn't quite as bad as you might think it is. So there I am, early 20s, graduated college, hanging out in San Francisco with my friends, waiting tables, badly. Oh my God, I was so bad. I was so rude. But anyway, we all go out one night to a dive bar in the Haight. There we are, and I have my hair. Let me see if I can recreate this. I didn't have bangs back then. I had it kind of, let's see, kind of Lauren Bacall. That's not Lauren Bacall, that's Shaggy Dog. Let's see if we can do, okay, yeah, there we go. It was kind of Lauren Bacall, and I had on a very nice dress, and sitting at this dive bar. And there's this boy up at the bar. Long blonde hair, brilliant blue eyes, jack boots, motorcycle jacket, and I'm thinking, that guy's gonna treat me like shit. I'm gonna find out who he is. Anyway, so I was looking over, and he smiled at me. Smiled back. He smiled at me again. I'm like, all right, this game is on. Except it went on forever. Let's make sure that we get this process started off right by choosing the right furniture. And by good furniture, basically what I mean is wood furniture. Where are we? What kind of fantastical place have we entered? It's called Community Forklift. It's a salvage yard in Edmonston, Maryland. It's right down the street from my house, and I invite you to find your own salvage yard in your community. We've all seen these pieces before, right? Kind of the French provincial remake. You might pass it by because you're like, Sue, it's brown. My grandma had that. I don't like it anymore. But here's the thing. These are vintage pieces. They're actually what you're looking for. Why? Because they're made with wood. That is our #1 criteria. Is it made with wood? It can either be solid wood or wood veneer. Either one is fine. What we don't want is pressboard. So I just keep smiling. I mean, it goes on for a couple hours. And my friends are like, put him out of his misery. I'm like, put him out of his misery? What about my misery? How long can this flirting go? And then all of a sudden I look up to smile. He's not there. He's gone. And I was like, what is your problem? Oh no, you didn't. But then I realized he had just gone to the little boy's room and he was back. But I realized in my fear of missing my opportunity to talk to the long-haired blonde stranger with the jackboots and the motorcycle jacket that I better step it up because I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Do you know what most modern furniture is made out of these days? Yeah. Some kind of wood composite that's made with glue and sawdust and plastic and rubber and chemicals. And it's made to look like wood. And so sometimes you're like, no, it's wood. Sue, it's wood. Look at that wood grain. And I'm gonna say, no, you're wrong. It's not. Believe me, you've been tricked. We've all been tricked. And you just don't always know until it breaks. So first of all, let's talk about that. How do we know if it's wood? Okay, start here with a sniff test. Honestly, wood smells like wood. I mean, they're not gonna inject fake wood with wood smell. So let's start with that, all right? #2, weight. It's hefty, but it's not heavy. Okay, have you seen something that you thought was wood and you went to pick it up and you couldn't even lift it? Yeah, that's a sure sign. It's not wood. Wood has air in it, okay? So it's not super light and flimsy, but it's also not crazy heavy, which means it's made out of pressed board. Okay, the other thing is look for signs of workmanship. Do the joints go together like this? These are dovetail joints. Somebody took the time to make sure that these all fit together. That's a sure sign that this is a wood piece. So you can tell by the age. So this is probably 60s or 70s. You can tell by the smell, you can tell by the heft, and you can also tell by the style, all right? So you start to get a sense of this, like, oh yeah, that's from that era. And if it's from that era, it means it's not from IKEA or Pottery Barn. And you can pretty much be sure that it was still when they were using wood to make furniture. So my friends go, do it. And I said, okay. And in my best Lauren Bacall, I am so cool, hold on. I'm so cool in 90s. I'm wearing, you know, my jack boots too. We all have our jack boots on. You gonna smile at me all night or buy me a drink? So he bought me a drink. Bought me another drink. Bought me a lot of drinks. And I'm thinking this guy is so cool. So we go for a ride on his motorcycle, but I don't have a helmet. So he gives me a helmet. Again, 90s. No kids want, don't go on bikes with strange men. That's what I tell my daughter. Like, I don't know, she can't see the story. So here's what I want to talk to you about Fake. He is coming off cooler than cool. I am coming off cooler than cool. He thought I was laid back. Everything with me was going to be so effortless. And I thought that I wouldn't have to fight for his attention between D&D games and World of Warcraft. We both tricked each other. And this is where tricking can be good, because by the time we knew that neither one of us was the face that we were putting on, we were already in love. It was too late. Another great example is if you see a really, really ornate TV cabinet. Put those things together for a second, kiddos. Really ornate TV cabinet. Bam! That's not wood. We don't have artisans anymore who carve things anymore for reasonable prices. What it is, it's some kind of cardboard composite mold. They put it in and then they put a finish on it and then they painted it to look like wood. And do you know what's gonna happen when you get it in your house? First of all, you're gonna break your back because that thing is 800 pounds. But then over time, when somebody knocks into it or gets a little nick, it's gonna like expand and fall apart. That's why I try to stick with vintage. I try to stick with vintage pieces because I like the lines, I like the smell of wood, I like the way wood is resilient, and it's gonna last. It already lasted long enough to end up at the thrift shop. Usually you're pretty lucky in that the crap never even made it off the truck inside. How can you get good at telling? By choosing the wrong thing, by screwing up, by spending hours painting something and then having it fall apart because you accidentally left it in the rain. That's how I learned. Look underneath, look for tags, smell it, sniff it, scratch it. I know, they're gonna think you're nuts, but that's okay. You're not gonna waste your money or your time. So what happened to those two cool kids who met on Haight Street? Well, they're married. 2 kids, 2 cats, a dog, a mortgage, no motorcycle. Because I made him give up the motorcycle because we had children and I needed him to stay alive. But you know what? Fake wood? Bad. Other kind of fake, well, sometimes it gets you where you need to be. Pretty happy. Still kind of cool. Just different.